Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 55 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where today the plan is to finish off our ore processing room. So at this point, we've done 3 out of the 4 stages of ore processing, right? We've got raw ore going into a chemical injection chamber with hydrogen chloride, and then dumping into a purification chamber with oxygen, and then dumping into a crusher, and then dumping into an enrichment chamber, and then dumping into an energized smelter. We've also fully automated the creation of oxygen and hydrogen chloride using chlorine, which is made from brine, which we're already making there, and combined with hydrogen, which is a nice byproduct of the thing that we're making oxygen with. So overall, we're doing really good. Yeah, this is all coming together nicely. The next thing that we're going to have to add to this ore process line, if we want, we could stop here. I mean, there's really no, like, if you wanted to, you could be done. You could say, I'm cool now, that's enough. But nope, we're going to keep on going on, and we're going to make it the best ore processor that we can be. So for that, the last piece of it is we want to be able to get iron crystals. Iron crystals can be dropped into the chemical injection chamber with the hydrogen chloride, and they will produce all the way down to dust, right? So those iron crystals will be what gives us the ultimate 3.3 return on raw ore. So for every 1 raw ore that we put into the system, we'll get 3.3 iron ingots out of it, and that'll be pretty cool. So how do we make this thing? Well, it's pretty easy. We first have to get clean iron slurry, and we will crystallize that into the iron crystal, which will make its way into the chemical injection chamber. That clean iron slurry is a combination of dirty iron slurry and some kind of liquid like water. Easy peasy, because we've already got infinite water sitting back there doing other things. That dirty iron slurry is where things get a little bit trickier. We're going to have to throw some raw iron in there and move on, right? Like, so the raw iron. So we can also throw iron ore in there. So like 1 iron ore would get 1,000, 3 iron ore we get 2,000. We're gonna go this route. This is probably the better way to go. And because we can, you know, fortunate like we have been, it's gonna be like a stupid amount of resources we get out of this at the end. So in order for this to work, though, we need sulfuric acid. So let's start with getting the machines placed so that they're ready and prepped, and then we'll go from there. So it looks like I forgot to autocraft something. So we're going to head home to get autocrafting ready on this bad boy. We need ultimate control circuits, which we have all the resources for, so it's not a big deal. Oh, you forgot to make extra pattern providers. We'll make that happen now. So you're going to autocraft that, okay? And then we should be able to make our chemical crystallizer now, which shouldn't be a big deal, okay? And meanwhile, I've got my patterns coming in. There you are. Give me 30 more of those, please. Thank you. Okay. Chemical crystallizer. How are we looking? Getting there. One of the things we need is refined obsidian. I automated this off camera, but it's osmium plus refined obsidian dust, which is made from powdered obsidian plus diamond. So that's all already automated downstairs. I'll show you that real quick, just, you know, for the sake of showing you real quick. This machine I placed right here, which is a little bit slow. We could easily speed up if we wanted to. We could throw a tier upgrade on that guy. We could turn him on for the splitting. And you'll notice that there's a laser node back there. I set that up to insert osmium. I connected this dude up to have osmium coming in. So easy peasy, we got that thing fully automated. And now I should be able to make my chemical crystallizer, which, you know, half the resources for are up there. So let's do that and then pop up here, and then chemical crystallizer ready to go. So that's step 3 of the 3-step process that we're about to go through. And again, remember, we're working backwards, so I'm putting the crystallizer down first, even though that's the last piece of the puzzle. From that, we need the chemical washer, which shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we'll get a basic fluid tank plus a basic chemical tank, along with all the other components here. You can see refined obsidian is a little bit slow. I need to add the speed upgrades. I didn't put those in there just yet, but we'll get it going in a sec. While we're at it, can I just get like 10 more of you? That should be cool. And then it should be almost done with the 1. There it is. And there's your chemical washer. Sweet. So you're going to go there in the production line. And then finally, chemical dissolution chamber. My guess was correct. Refined obsidian is part of this recipe. So the fact that I requested 10 extra ahead of time was probably the right move. And for that, we're going to need 2 chemical tanks here. And that should be pretty straightforward. Boom. Cool. So now we're going to put iron ore into here. Now here's one thing that I will note. And I'm gonna make it like this, right? You'll notice that we have to put 3 raw iron in. So the problem will be like, what if we just have 2? That's a good question. What are we gonna do in that instance? What if instead we went this route with the blocks of raw iron ore? That should be cool. If we went that route, we'll know that we can always put 1 in. So if I teach my system how to combine, 9 raw iron into a raw iron ore, we'll know that we can always export 1 at a time and not have to worry about like filtering this to only have 3. Does that seem smart? I feel like that's smart. That seems pretty smart. So that's how I'm going to do that. Don't let me forget that. I'm going to need to know that. So I'm going to have to, yeah, that's a thing I'm going to have to do. Okay, cool. So with all that said, let's now get all this up and running. So these guys have power. They should be fine. You just need some water. So let's make sure that you're going to be getting a couple things coming in here. So for fluids, I guess slurry is the other thing. Slurry is the thing that's going to be coming in from the left, right? So I'm not going to eject any slurries. I'm just going to have input. Actually, I think we do want to eject out to the right, because then your slurry is going to come in on the left, I guess. Energy slurries, yeah, you can input on the left from there. And then for items, you'll just output on the right, and that should be cool. And then we'll see how that all goes, right? So you should be good. So now for fluids, you can come in on any side. I'm just going to have you input on the top, Mr. Fluids. I'm actually going to have you input on the back. Let's have you do fluids in the back. Does that sounds cool. Okay. So then what I should be able to do, can I get like a few more of you? That would be cool. Let's go, laser nodes. What's taking you so long? Shouldn't be taking that long. I guess he was smelting all the glass we need. I really need to add glass to my thing. But let's get you linked up to the blue network. Whoop. And now you've got a nice, healthy insert on blue approach. Now, at some point, we might join these 2 networks, but I'm going to see if I can keep them separate, just so I can enjoy the fact that Laser.io has this cool colors thing going on, which I very much enjoy. Like, I'm very, very proud of that little color system I added. You know what? And it wasn't even that hard. I mean, it was a little hard, but not that hard, right? Because not that hard. The best part is like the coloring of the nodes. Like once I added that, I was like, yes, this is a feature that we're adding to Laser.io for sure. Okay, so there's water coming in. You are going to get the things. So now the last piece here is the chemical dissolution chamber. So you're going to need items to come in on the left. That's going to be your input of items. And you're going to output, I don't think we output any items. We're outputting slurry, right? That's outputting to the right. Perfect. And then fluids, or gases. Gases comes in. So I guess what we need is a sulfuric acid. Is that a gas? I guess that's a gas. Yeah, that's a gas. Okay, so gases. You're going to come in on the back. Okay, gases. Cool. That should be good. So now we want to create sulfuric acid. So to create sulfuric acid, that's going to be like our big thing right now. So we need a chemical infuser, water vapor, and water vapor is going to be from steam. Is going to be from water, right? So we can decondensate any water. So we're going to need a rotary condensator. We're going to need 1 chemical infuser. We're going to need sulfur trioxide, which is another chemical infuser, so 2 of these. We're going to need some oxygen, which we're already making. We might make more. And then we're going to need sulfur dioxide, so we're going to need a chemical oxidizer. Okay, so that's going to be used. So 1 rotary condensator. Condensator. Everybody yells at me when I pronounce things wrong. And rightly so, I should say. And we're out of gold. How are we for gold ore? We're pretty good on gold ore. You know, we could run our gold ore through the existing system we have here. That could be kind of fun. Let's do it. How about upgrades? How are we for you? Could I get like... let's get 40 of you. Let's get 40 of you. We're low on gold. Okay, yes, no, that makes sense. Can I get like a few of you, though? Because I feel like... I'm going to get 16 of these. Because I feel like at least 1 or 2 of these machines should be able to accept a gas upgrade. And that's going to be super cool, right? So now you're going to get you and you. And that should be processing that way faster, right? Now, is my gas upgrade yet? Not quite. We're getting there, though. So see how we're, like, struggling a little bit to keep up with the oxygen? I think once we throw a gas upgrade in there, because I'm pretty sure that machine's going to be able to accept that, it should be better. Can you accept that? You can. So see, we're using the gas upgrade, super useful. It makes the machine use less gas. So that's cool. I don't know, can you accept gas upgrade? You can. Okay, cool. So now you're using less gas. Sweet. That's cool. I like that. Okay, and then you're going to need some of that. Okay, now you're going to process quicker. Now I want to get some gold going. So let's cook that thing into gear, because we're going to need some more energy upgrades. Available 7. Can I at least get 16 of you? Oh, we're getting there. Available 12. Available 15. We should be good now. Yes, that'll be 2 sets. So I want to wait until I have those energy upgrades before I install anything. But you should probably get a speed and energy upgrade. Okay. You've got it. You've got it. You could use one. And then I need one more set of energy upgrades. And that'll be for this dude. Now, if I wanted to, I can also throw some tier installers in there. And that will probably also be smart. So you go. Now, everybody's moving pretty quick, right? But I should be able to do that. And then if we split and we have gold coming in, that's going to be pretty cool, right? Look at how cool that is. And the same for you, but with a split on. And then the same for you, but with a split on. And now we're cooking. Right? Now we're really cooking. That's going to be cool. Okay? And that's where we run into that problem, right? Because this is, you always have to put a factor of 3 in there. Right, so that's why we had one little piece sticking around. And that's the same kind of problem that we're going to have. Oh, look at you, where you're low on oxygen. Okay, so I think you're going to need some speed upgrades. Okay, so let's get a couple more of you and get some energy. Because some of these machines over here are likely going to need speed upgrades, right? Specifically the electrolytic separator. I know that's going to be a thing. So if I throw this into here, you should be good now. You should be getting lots of oxygen. No problem keeping up, right? Pretty good. Energy is going to be a problem for us. And that's probably because these dudes only can transfer a certain amount of power. So this guy's doing his best, but these guys can't transfer at all. So that's going to be a thing that we're going to have to deal with next. But, like, not immediately next, but soonly next. All right, let's come back in a minute once I am ready to do the next piece here. All right, so let's talk sulfuric acid, right? So you're going to need, to make this stuff, you need sulfuric acid, right? So let's just make sure that we understand that. Now, that's a gas, right? So you're going to be, chemical infuser is going to make that. So let's throw a chemical infuser right here, okay? And your job will be to combine the two things. Now, I kind of don't love that. How do I want to handle this? Because we're also going to want the rotary condensator for water. So where should I throw that? It would be nice if I could throw it like right. How about I throw it here? Does that sound cool? That sounds kind of cool. So we could have the rotary condensator here for that. And let's get is it pipe? Or is it tube? I think it's tube is the word that I want. Yeah, basic gases tube. So you're going to turn a liquid to a gas. So we move it this way, decondensating, okay? And then here you can insert some fluids in the bottom on the blue channel, right? So then you're going to turn that. Now, the only problem is getting you power. Now, if I wanted to, I could add a flux network. Let's just throw a flux point on top of this. And if there's a need to do power through the laser nodes, we will. But for now, I can just do that and call you done for the day, right? So there's water vapor coming in. You need to be, so your gases will have orange coming into the top. You're going to output to the right, and then red will come in on the left. Does that sound cool? So that if I do this, you'll start getting that. So if I do side config here, your gases will output to the front, and now you should have water vapor coming in here. Is that cool? Okay, perfect. And then let's throw down one of these dudes. FYI, Ultimate Universal cables have a big buffer of power. So if you're going to use like the advanced cables here, like I'm using, they each hold like a really large amount of RF. So be aware of that as it relates to your battery and all that stuff. We're going to want to upgrade our battery and storage pretty soon. Okay, so now we've got for sulfuric acid, we've got the water vapor done. We want to work on sulfur trioxide next, which is another chemical infuser, right? So let's plop you down and get another chemical infuser here. And your same deal. Let's clear out all your sidedness for gases and whatnot. You're going to be winding up outputting to the right? Your sulfur trioxide. And that's going to need oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Now, can I sneak oxygen here? This pressurized tube is not oxygen, is it? No. This pressurized tube is hydrogen chloride. So that won't be easy to bring over there. Now, what I could do is do another rotary condensator. No, not that. The electrolytic separator. What if we made one of those? Right? Watch this. This is going to be cool, I think. Check this out. Let me get some more cables, by the way. So I'm not even going to output. I'm just going to dump excess. I'm just going to dump entirely the hydrogen, right? So check this out. For fluids, I'm going to have you insert water here too. Okay. And you're going to make oxygen. And you're going to, for gases, your back. Let's make sure that you're not doing anything sided yet for gases. Okay, that's cool. How about just eject off for a minute? So you're going to output oxygen on the right. So the oxygen is going to go this way. On the back, I want you to bring in input 2. No, input 1. Input 1 will be your oxygen coming in on the back, right? So the back of this machine gets oxygen. This one pushes it out to the right. And that, when we turn on auto eject for, let's just turn off that. Gases, eject on. You should be getting your output, eject on 2, which is cyan, which is oxygen, and then U side config, gases, oh, yeah, there we go. I did items by mistake. So input 1 for gases, oxygen's coming in. Cool. So now we just need sulfur dioxide, right? And that's going to be sulfur dust. Make sulfur dioxide. I think that's your only option, right? Because liquid sulfur only comes from, you know, sulfur dioxide itself. So I think we need to get my chemical oxidizer here. Your job, so for you, you're going to, for gases, orange will be on the left coming in, okay? And then you will make your gases output to the right, and items come in wherever. So we're going to want sulfur coming in here somehow. I will figure that out. For now, I'm going to put a very ugly hopper down as a reminder that we need to do something about that. That is not at all where I clicked, hopper. That is not even a little bit of where I clicked. Okay? So now you're getting sulfur dust going in. We throw down that. Let me get those cables. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And now you're making sulfur dust into sulfur dioxide, which is combining with the oxygen to make sulfur trioxide, which is combining with the water vapor to make sulfuric acid, which is dumping into here, and we're done. How cool is that? So that's the production line for what we're talking about. Sweet. I like it. I think that looks good. That is not bad, at least, right? All we need to do now is supply sulfur. So I'm going to add that as a to-do list item up here. So now we should be cool. So let's test this whole production line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some iron blocks and see how this goes. Now, you're all probably going to need speed upgrades and stuff, and I'm pretty sure some of these don't accept... None of these accept tier upgrades. So be aware, these 3 machines can't be tier upgraded, okay? They can be speed upgraded. Can we do gas upgrades? Let's find out. I'm going to get 8 of them and see... Oh my goodness, we're low on iron. Let's get more iron. That's the whole point of this process, right? So I should be able to turn... Okay, you ready? 1 block of iron here will turn into a whole bunch of dirty slurry, right? 6 buckets worth. And then that dirty slurry will be turned into clean slurry. And that clean slurry will be turned into iron ore. So let's speed upgrade both of these guys, because you're clearly in need of a speed upgrade, right? So that was much faster and better. Let's get 8 of you, and energy 8 of you. See, we're low on iron. I guess we'll just tick accelerate it for now. And then your sidedness for items should be outputting there, and your sidedness for items should be incoming there. Why are you not pushing? Why are you not pushing items out? Eject off. That's why. There we go. And then you're getting your stuff, 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 and yada, 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 yada. Everybody's happy. Sweet. If we give this a moment, we should have enough iron now to get energy upgrades, right? So you need energy upgrades pretty badly. Okay, and you may need gas upgrades. So do we have enough iron yet for that? Probably not, but we're going to be there soon, maybe, or no? I mean, in fairness, I only put like 1 iron in there. So let's see how much iron we have, right? So we have 17 iron. I'm going to put 9, because that's what these are, 9 raw irons in there. Okay, and then this should all run pretty quickly at this point, right? That should zip. That should zip. Right, so 17 iron, when we process all this, should be like a pretty hefty amount, honestly. That should be pretty cool, really. So my chemical crystallizer's a little slow. He is speed upgraded, though. I bet we might want 2 of them, but we'll see. Okay. And now we have 47. So we got 30. That is not bad at all. Iron from that. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay. And then gas upgrades, talk to me. Right, that should be easy enough to throw together. Can that go into any of my new machines? Find out. So, no. Yeah, you can take gas upgrades. That makes the sulfuric acid cheaper. So that means we'll need less sulfuric acid to process this, right? So 4,400 becomes... Yeah, barely a blip of sulfuric acid. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right, not too shabby. So the washer's fast, the chemical crystallizer is slow, and you are not going to keep up. So here's what I might want. I might want more crystallizers. Right? Chemical crystallizer. That would be you. What if I got another one of these? Right? Now, you're going to need energy coming up, but that's a thing we can handle. But we could make it go like this, right? So we could throw you there, because all you need to do... Let's make sure that you're... I don't know what side you are. I think that's the front. So I want to make sure the right side is like no connections at all for fluids or nothing. I don't want you to mess with nothing over there on the right, okay? Because what I want is pipes from mechanisms, so mechanical pipes, to send that liquid slurry up. Because I'm assuming a slurry can go through a pipe, right? So what if I said your side config for slurries will output to the top? Is that the right thing, or do you need to be a gas? You don't seem to want to output that. Is a slurry a gas? Slurries might be a gas. So, tube then? There you go. Hey, look at that. Cool. And then you're making that. Oh, okay. Now we're talking about something. Hey, let's run some cables. Okay. And then let's put some item conduits, logistical transporters, right there. And then you can side config, you can allow items to come in the top. Okay. So now your iron crystals eject on, output out the right. And so now he'll be doing that to that. Now your problem is hydrogen chloride. We might need more of that. So for that, we're going to need upgrades. Okay. So 16 of you. 16 of you. And let's throw like 8 more gas upgrades into this thing. Ah, we need more iron. That's alright, we'll get there. You go away and hide for a sec. Here comes my energy dudes now. I like that like flickering so you know which one's being processed at the moment. That's kind of cool. Right, so you're going to make hydrogen chloride way faster for me, which is good, right? But now we need this guy to be way faster. Okay. Is you're not transferring fast enough, or you're not producing fast enough? You may not be transferring quite fast enough. You're transferring fast enough. Yeah, we might need this evaporation plant to run faster, but we'll see. Once it backlogs, I think we'll be in a better place, right? So we should be cool. We may need more, we may not. We'll find out. Looks like we might need more. Yeah, we're choking on this stuff. So let's get thermal. So that's one way to make it faster, and making this accept more energy is another way to make it faster. And then if at some point we're like filling up on brine, we'll see what happens, right? But I think that's the process. I think what we'll find is we might probably want more chemical crystallizers, like a few more, for sure. Come on, crafting CPUs, let's go. Getting there. I need to speed up my refined obsidian producers, for sure. Because they are just slow. That's on me. Right? But we can expand this up easily, right? We just say, hey, more energy. Boop, boop. Hey, and you know what? I don't need you no more. That's cool, right? And then we do you, and then we do, gas tubes go here and here, and you guys should all be processing that slurry now, which should be cool. Now, the only hope is that we don't, like, have a problem with the slurry, which we might. And that would be if less than 200 millibuckets lands in the thing, and then it's, like, sitting there waiting. So we should be cautious about that. I wonder if you can prioritize, or if you, like, evenly distribute. I feel like he evenly distributes. We'll play with that a little bit and see what the pain is. And if it does happen, we'll deal with it. Is that a fair... Yeah, we'll figure it out. So then you side config auto eject on, and then you should be spitting, and then you auto eject on, and you should be spitting out your items. And then you're all going into there, and now we just need to wait for more of this stuff, which I might get from thermal evaporation blocks. I'm going to throw a few more of these. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, everything shut down because we are out of power. These things are all power. In fairness, I set everything to run like stupidly fast, which means stupid power, but it's not great. So let's see. I had going at 250 RF tick. Everything else is kind of cool. I also set this guy, because he was choking out some other stuff, to be negative 15 on the priority. So he should be a pretty low priority. I want this machine area to run, but like if we're low on power, don't. Speaking of being low on power, why are we low on power? We're out of oak. Yeah, no, that would do it. Yeah, no, we're 100% out of oak. That's not good. We are out of oak wood. How? I guess we were out of oak wood. Now, in fairness, I 1,000% increased between episodes the composite turbines to be 10. So we have 10 turbines on this guy now, which burns through our stuff really fast. What's going on in tree farm land? Are you guys just like, are you okay? Like, what's up? No, something's wrong. Oh, yeah, no. It occurs to me that if we don't have any power, we're not producing any wood, and that's probably bad, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. Make sure you're super high priority. Are you doing dumb things again? You're doing dumb things again. Hey, hey, Fel. Wrong one. Right, I don't want you moving trees, though. Can you stop moving trees? Did I get it? I got it. Nice. Okay, so now we've prioritized the power here, right? Because by making this based on RF, we now depend on having power to produce the oak to make power. Not smart, Tire. Not smart at all. But that's okay. We got there in the end. So now, because it's a high priority, we'll definitely, hopefully, have enough. Why are you stuck? Are you out of power? Oh, you're out of power completely. Probably because it's maybe nighttime at home. Yep. Accurate guess is accurate. Luckily, Fell's pretty easy. There we go. Now we're cooking. Will help build up a little extra oak. Alright, that should be better now. I wonder what happens. That's probably a little... Yeah, I can see the particle effects being more. That's cool. I could always throw another one of these on this side if I wanted to speed it up even more, right? Like, over on this side, we could have another dude. Alright, we'll see. Because I think what I'm going to wind up doing... wireless network is dead. Power problems, am I right? Yeah, so what we're going to wind up wanting to do is take all this oak that's being produced. It might even be sitting in here, is that right? Am I correct? Yeah, you're just sitting in there, ain't you, oak? Yeah, we're going to need a little help. Well, now's as good a time as any to find out what happens when this happens. So your heat's going to heat up. Let's help speed this up just a smidge. That's fluid intake. This is the syngas producer. All right, once you get to the appropriate heat level, we should be cool. All right, and then now you're back online, so that's cool. All right, so I think next episode we're going to want to look at ethylene as a power source, as opposed to syngas. We are at the point where we're going to need more power, right? So ore processing, good. Power, bad. Need more power for the insane amount of ore processing that we want to do, especially at the speed we want to do it. I could absolutely slow everything down, at which point we would have enough power for it, but why would we slow things down when we can just make more power and make it super fast? Because that's the way I want it. And then also we want to make sure not to forget about the potential of the splitting of the fluids thing. So that's going to be a deal breaker possibly. We'll see. However, for now, it is wrapping up point. So see how we're getting 10,000 off a tick, but we're using so we're using a lot of this. You might not be able to produce syngas fast enough. So I might need to add some more heating and mixing chambers here. Didn't we have heating chamber and mixing chambers? So we might want to add those to the multi-block. And then that gives me the capability of making 10 millibuckets per tick of syngas, but obviously using up more carbon. So we can make syngas faster. Is that fast enough? All right, so you need 5.5 millibuckets. So we're good, is what I would say. Yes, we're good. All right, wrapping up point. Direwolf20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time. I'm gonna like feed you a little extra oak just to keep you happy. But we're gonna want more oak to at least hold us over. All right, for now, take it easy.